I'm Simon T. Bailey, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready to shift your brilliance? When you're ready to shift your brilliance, you no longer settle for the status quo. To the 3,000 of you, my friends there in Ghana, I want to let you know that you are absolutely, positively brilliant. Why? Because Simon says so. I am the author and the creator and founder of the Shift Your Brilliance movement. And I wanted to take a moment just to express to you a little bit of the backstory of Shift Your Brilliance. A number of years ago, when I was in high school, my first year here in America going to high school, I went out for the football team and I got cut. I went out for the basketball team and they told me that I would not be a good basketball player, and I got cut from the team. Even though I hadn't made it, I thought I would. And I went out and decided to do track and field, and they said I was too slow. And needless to say, my self-esteem was absolutely horrible. But I did not give up. I did not quit. And I decided to go to another school the following year. But what's interesting, in between my first year and second year of high school, I attempted to commit suicide. I felt so discouraged, so depleted, so defeated from 14 to 15 years of age, and I was about to give up. And I attempted the suicide. Something told me not to do it. I believe it was the voice of God. I got out of the car, went back into my house, never told my parents about this. And when school started up the second year, that's when I met my English teacher, Miss Rita Lankus, and she said to me, "Young man, I want you to write a speech, and I want you to give it before the entire school." And I did. And now, all these many, many years later, I am still living out and doing what someone encouraged me to do. In fact, that teacher saw something in me that I did not see in myself. That's when the journey to shifting my brilliance began for me. I don't know where you are, but I want you to know and I want you to realize that you are absolutely, positively brilliant. When you understand how to shift, the S is how do I see differently? The H is how do I harness the power of me incorporated? The I is how do I ignite a fresh vision? The F is how do I begin to fuel my mind and my thinking? And the T is how do I take control of the wheel and drive into the future? When you shift your brilliance, you are grabbing a hold of the steering wheel of life, and you are driving into the future and not being driven by anything or anyone. Everything you need to succeed is truly inside of you, as you are there on the greatest continent in the world, Africa. You are the brilliance of Africa. And I invite you to answer these three questions if you are going to shift your brilliance. Question number one, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? That's right. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? Question number two, what would I do if no one paid me to do it? What would you do? And question number three, what makes you come alive? I was reading a quote written by an author named John Elridge, and in John's book, Wild at Heart, John says, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs are people who come alive. And for me, that's what happened. I decided to come alive when I answered those three questions. I wanted to speak, write, train, consult, and coach. So what I recognize is that the creatability is in all of us, and we have to create and not wait for something to happen. Create, don't wait, and go for it. That's how you shift your brilliance. You can follow me on social media, Simon T. Bailey, T for terrific, or go to my website, simontbailey.com. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. But remember, I love you and I believe in your brilliance. Get ready to shift to your brilliance.